Hello, parents and guardians. Glad to come to you again for our weekly video. It is my hope that everyone is doing well. I know that we have had some bad weather, some bad storms last week, on top of everything that we're dealing with COVID-19, and it is my hope and my prayer that all of our families, all of our scholars, that you all are safe. Last week, we provided grab and go meals. We're still providing our grab and go meals, and we provided 2,370 meals. In spite of the storms last week, we still wanted to make sure that we were able to provide our families with that meal. So, in spite of the storms, we still provided meals last week, last Thursday. Want to remind you about the academic packets. As you know, the academic packets can be dropped off. At every school, we have a drop slot. So please go to the school and drop off those completed academic packets. Whenever you complete the packet, you can go by and drop it in. We're checking that drop box periodically so that we can move those academic packets inside of the buildings. And there is a drop slot for the academic packets at every school. Macomb High School, their academic packets are a little bit different. They're on the bus ramp. So when you go to the newspaper stand and you look for the high school academic packets, they are labeled by subjects. And so you just go to that individual subject and you will get out the academic packet that you need. So you may see a subject that says science. And for science, all of the science academic packets would be in there, but those science academic packets would be separated by biology or whatever that course may be. If your high school student wants an electronic packet, those electronic packets for the high school will be ready Thursday, April 30th, 2020. Support for Macomb High School scholars who need help with those academic packets will be provided through Zoom. The schedules for these Zoom meetings will be posted on Macomb High School's webpage. So go there to see when these Zoom meetings will happen so that we can assist scholars if they need an assistance with academic packets. We want our scholars to make sure that you check your email, check your Google Classrooms for that sign-in information for the Zoom meetings that you can have with your teachers. Now, with the exception of senior scholars, all academic packets will be due no later than Monday, May 18th, 2020. Again, as you complete those academic packets, you can turn them in. I want to address half-credit courses for some of our high school scholars because a couple of parents had some concerns regarding that. Any high school scholar grades 9 through 11, if those scholars were going to be enrolled in a half-credit course, once we return from spring break, we will not be able to award those scholars that half-credit course because they have not completed the required seat time for that course. Some parents said that an academic packet was already provided for that course, and if your scholar has completed an academic packet for a half-credit course that they would have been enrolled in had we got back for spring break, we will still give them the 10 points for that academic packet, but those 10 points will be banked until they enroll in that course once school returns. Want to remind you that our counselors are still available. They are available for any scholar who may be not able to cope during this time. So if you have any questions or concerns, please email those counselors and also email the principal. I want to talk to you right now about graduation. That is one of the biggest topics that we are getting a lot of questions regarding. Want to let you know that plans are underway for Macomb High School's class of 2020 to have a virtual graduation. Those plans are being developed as we speak. So senior parents and seniors, Principal Lampkin will be contacting you concerning the specifics of that virtual graduation by Friday, May 1st, 2020. That is Friday of this week. It is important that when Principal Lampkin contact you, that you adhere to those guidelines or those specifics, because we want this virtual graduation to move as smoothly as possible. Although this is the first time that we've embarked upon something of this magnitude, our school board members, district office officials, and Macomb High School administration and staff, we want to make this moment memorable for our seniors and also memorable for parents. In spite of this COVID-19, seniors, what we want you to do, if you would please, from now until May 6th, take pictures in your cap and gown, make videos during that time so that we can have those as a monologue of what we're going to be doing as well. More will come on that from Principal Lampkin when he contacts you. Want to let any high school student know that if you need a transcript, please email your school counselor and the principal so that we can get those transcripts to you as quickly as possible, or get those transcripts to their location as quickly as possible. By the end of this week or the first of next week, I'm happy to announce that we will have a minimum of 3 locations throughout the Macomb community that our scholars will be able to have Wi-Fi access. We will let you know what those locations are as quick as those locations are identified, but we are very happy that we will be able to provide Wi-Fi to some of our scholars in those locations. You probably received a message through school status regarding a survey. This survey is a technology survey through the Mississippi Department of Education. The Mississippi Department of Education, we're trying to collect data. They're trying to collect data regarding internet connectivity in the home, devices that you may have in the home, the speed of the internet, because we don't know what instruction is going to look like going forward. And it's very critical that you complete those surveys so that we have accurate information regarding those items, so that if we have to provide online instruction in homes, that information is available. So please check your school status accounts and complete that survey for us, because that is very important. What I want to close with today is I am looking daily at the updates that Governor Reeves provide with us. And in one of his briefings, there is something that he said, and I just want to end with that today. And I'll read the quote that Governor Reeves said. "Not everything that is legal is wise. Freedom always carries a risk. We still believe in personal responsibility. You should do what is safe for you and your family. Your best tool is your common sense." I thought that was so profound during this coronavirus, during this COVID-19 pandemic. Your common sense is very important. Parents and scholars, we really and truly want you to remain safe during this time. So make sure that you always adhere to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention guidelines, the Mississippi State Department of Health guidelines, and any other guidelines there are to keep you safe. Parents, I will see you again next week, and we want you to remain safe until you hear from me again. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your understanding. As I always say, we know that this is a very trying time, and I promise you that we will get through this pandemic together. I don't mean to be redundant, but I really do believe that once we come out of this, we will be much better as a school district, and we will be much better as a community. So thank you, remain safe, and I will talk to you next week.